And we are back. Pokemon X Hardcore Nuzlocke. We're only going to be using Fairy-type Pokemon for this run. That means we have less than 10 encounters throughout the entire game. There's not going to be a lot of room for error or mistakes. Let's dive right in and see if we can do this. For our fairy type starter and also first encounter, it's going to be found on Route 3. We check out the Rented Fennekin, and it's going to be the Azurill here. It's going to have that normal fairy typing and turn into the Water Fairy Meryl. Very bulky in nature. We're going to get that thick fat ability as well, blocking out the fire and ice type moves even more so than normal. So watch out for Kalos, our starter. All right, after roller skating back and forth for what seemed like hours, we finally get the Meryl evolution, and we're going to lean into that defense curl and roll out cheese here against leader Viola for that first gym badge. The Surskit comes down. Whenever you defense curl, it doubles the damage of the rollout, which is also super effective against her bug type Pokemon. So this is actually a very good lineup here for us starting off, as we only have one Pokemon. The rollout comes down, does massive damage. The Surskit is gone. The Vivillon comes down and it's fluttering its wings, but can it withstand a 4 times rollout here? The Harden comes down trying to hold on, and it does do well, as the rollout still needs to ramp up here. The bug's eating away at our cute little water mouse. We're holding on with 18 HP. We fade away with another rollout. It's not enough. A Baker's dozen HP as the potion comes down. A rollout comes in for reprieve, and Vivillon falls, securing the first gym badge. Next on the menu is your battle against Professor Sycamore. He's got the 3 Kanto starters, and he opens with the counter Bulbasaur. A very cute battle here as 2 chubby little guys are facing off. We go for the defense curl leading into the rollout. The growl comes down. That shouldn't be too bad. We just got to watch out for the Leech Seed, as that will chip away every single turn. The Vine Whip in response, not too bad. The chubby little mouse tanks it. Another rollout comes down, and there is the infamous Leech Seed, and now it's going to be ticking away as we get through the Bulbasaur, the Squirtle, and the Charmander. The rollouts are really going to have to come through here as Bulbasaur gets brought to the yellow. The Leech Seed ticking away. We're going to need this rollout to connect through the accuracy, and it absolutely does. Bulbasaur down, 2 to go. Kalos, the Meryl, holding on here. Another rollout comes down. Can it one-shot the Squirrel? And it absolutely can. The starter is there, and now it is gone. The Charmander for the win here. Can we just lean into a stab super effective bubble beam? The Ember comes down, doesn't do much. The Leech Seed is going to tick if this doesn't kill, and it doesn't. Charmander holding on. We just need to survive one more turn. Kalos doing everything he can, smiling in the face of danger. The bubble beam comes down, and Professor Sycamore is defeated. All right, it's time to get another team member here. It's going to be our Route 7 first encounter, and unfortunately, it's the cute little Swirlix, the cotton candy. There was a 35% chance you could get a Flabébé, the Florges pre-evolution, and this is brutal because now we are not going to be able to potentially get the Gardevoir encounter, since there's only one place where Gardevoir and Florges can be found other than this place right here, if that makes sense. So this Swirlix just cost us a huge encounter, but hopefully the cute little cotton candy can be a beautiful sacrifice. All right, so we run back to Route 4, where it's going to be a coin flip between the pre-evolutions of Gardevoir and the Florges, and we end up getting the Flabébé. So a super strong fairy type is going to be incoming, but we lose out on one of the best Pokemon in the Psychic Fairy, Gardevoir. So much damage, so much ramp up potential, but we'll take the Flabébé. We're going to be down 1 encounter because of that, but there's still plenty to go around. All right, next up is going to be our Glittering Cave encounter, and it's going to be one of my favorite Pokemon. It is the Fairy Steel type Mawile, which is just fantastic since the Steel type gives that immunity to that very scary Poison type for this run. Drop back, chuck the Dusk Ball, and secure a Mawile with the Intimidate ability. Let's go. I dare say the run was going way too well, as we run into the first trainer of the second gym. The Dwebble comes down. We slap it with a fadeaway crit, but the Sturdy holds on and gets a nice 24 damage off the top. to our water mouse starter here, who is fully evolved and is looking great. The Relicanth comes down, so we're going to lean into some super effective Bulldoze, maybe some neutral stab Aqua Tails. I don't know. You just tell me what we're doing here. The Relicanth is waiting in the wing, and the reason why I'm so hesitant is because the team is not level 24. Only our starter is level 24, so this Relicanth could really do some damage as the Rock Tomb comes down. We are still faster because the Bulldoze is offsetting, but that is some damage. That is some absolute damage, and Kalos is flirting, and we've only got Relicanth to about a third HP, so we are getting out-tanked, but the Bubble Beam does so much damage. However, because we didn't go for the Bulldoze, we are potentially slower now, and we could lose our beloved Water Mouse, and as you can see, Ellis has depraved the rest of the team, and that means the Cotton Candy is going to have to come down. It tanks the Yawn with its passive. It will not fall asleep on the job, but can we kill it? No, we can't. The Fairy Wind does absolutely no damage. We lose the speed, and Lumiose is sitting here as a cute little Cotton Candy, and Relicanth happens to love Cotton Candy. There goes our first death of the run. It opens the door for Kalos' speed to be reset, and we fade away on the Relicanth. I'm going to have to go level up the team members. My gosh. It is now time to take on the second gym leader, Grant, and his two fossil rock type Pokemon here. The Amora comes down. We have our little Mawile here to answer. We've got a little bit of a cheese strat with some Swords Dance and some rests. We've got to watch out for those attack drops, potentially the Thunder Wave as well. And of course, critical hits, especially in Monolocks, those crits really add up as you're just so limited in nature as the types go. But the Sword Dance are coming down here, and we've got two. We're going for 3 here. We hold on. Now we do get the attack drop there, so this is only going to put us at +5. The Berry Juice to give us a little bit of time here. We did not have the Chesto Berry to wake up from the rest, so we're going to have to bank on the fact we get a critical hit right there as well. That's going to hurt. The Amora comes down. We heal all the way up with the rest, but we are hoping to wake up as soon as possible. And as long as there's no more crits, we should be just fine. So the Aurora Beams keep coming down. We are still +5. We are now +4 because of the attack drop, but that is just fine. If we can just wake up and get the Rock Smash here, this strategy is not going well. We finally do wake up from the rest, and we get the 4 times super effective against the first fossil dino. That means the Tyrant is coming down, and we are still going to be hitting like a truck, but the bite comes in, and that does 15 damage. It's another critical hit. The Mawile having to deal with all of these obstacles, and the little cute Tyrant is holding. That probably is potion range, so we potentially can just swap into Kalos for the cleanup here. But Ambra is on the line, and we actually stay in, predicting the Hyper Potion, and we're going to go all in on that defense drop, and it is enough to fade away on the Tyrant. Absolutely. Grant gets played. We walk out with all 3 Pokemon, still only 1 casualty, but man, this is going to be a lot tougher than first expected. For our Route 10 encounter, it is going to be the Fairy-type Snubble. We're going to keep checking the luxury balls at it and hoping for that Gramble with Intimidate. That would be really clean. I also checked that Gramble can learn Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, and Fire Fang from the move relearner, so that might be something worth checking out as well. But first, we've got this fight against leader Karina with her double Lucario right here in between the second and third gym. Our strat is just going to be sending out GSN the Gramble. We've already got the upgrade here with the Intimidate as well, so that's going to do really well against these Lucarios. They get the Swords Dance in, so we cut it down with 1 from the Intimidate. The Metal Sound comes down. Thankfully, neither Lucario has any Steel-type moves right now, as that would be another huge weakness, along with the Poison for all of our Fairy types. But the Gramble does no problem here working against the Lucario, and the second one comes down a little faint for fun, and that's not going to do much as the Bulldoze connects, and we're just going to lean into 1 more Bulldoze, and this is going to make quick work of the future third gym leader here. No problem. Let's get that next first encounter. For our Route 11 first encounter, it's going to be the whole reason why I wanted to do this run. It's going to be Dedenne, the Pikachu clone, one of the only ones I have not been able to use, and it is just so cute, so cuddly. It's like if Raichu just shrunk a little bit and really, really needed a hug. So we get the electric fairy typing here, and I am super excited about it. And then for our Reflection Cave encounter, it is going to be the Rock Fairy-type Carbink, also another very huggable Pokemon. You'll love to see it. And we got the Paralysis down, and we are just checking Great Balls at it, and we do finally secure it. And now the team is starting to look really good. Rest in peace, Cotton Candy, but we got you. All right, nearing the third gym here, we take on our rival Serena. She opens with her signature Meowstic, and it's a 6v3. It is a 6v3, and this one goes out to the brokenhearted, and I'm one of them because, as you do, I just always find a way to ruin the run, and this is gonna hurt. This still hurts as I'm commentating it. I can feel it coming as a critical hit connects, and just watch out for those crits because our enemies, our opponents, feel free. They just love these crits. We're known for the fadeaway crit, but man, they could care less, and they just rain them down as Carbink is opening the charge here with a nice light screen to keep us safe. A little stealth rock on top, but the confusion comes down, and Meowstic is having her way with our cute little Carbink, and we are just going to pivot. We're just going to pivot around here. We've got plenty of options. The Flabebe is already working on that second evolution. We don't have the floor just yet as we need the shiny stone, but look at these fully evolved Pokemon. We are looking really good. Kalos is nice and chunky. Shalor is very cute. You can definitely use that to your advantage, and the steel typing on the Mawile is also very nice as we pivot into the upgraded Flabebe, and Santaloon is just chilling here. And we do have Wish for some really nice healing cheese. But really, as far as the firepower, Fairy Wind and Magical Leaf is not going to do much as we try to fade away on the Meowstic as the light screen comes down. Now we're potentially not even going to be able to finish, hopefully, but we get a Wish down here, maybe get a nice swap in with a heal to boot. The Psybeam comes down, and that is going to be some pretty nice damage off the top. And this is just not going well. I really should have spent more time. We do get a nice little fadeaway crit there. I should have just spent more time really planning against Serena. I knew she only had 3 Pokemon, so I didn't think this was going to be anything special. On top of that, Absol is a dark type, and most of my Pokemon are fairy, or all of them are fairy, so they should, most of them have a fairy type move. And look at that, that does absolutely no damage. Fairy Wind is not Moonblast, it's not Dazzling Gleam, as Sandaloon is just chilling out here and not doing great. We get a nice Wish, so potentially can get a safer swap. The light screen does fall, so I was coming on a little hard to Santaloon there, but the light screen was up, giving our special attacks half damage there, so I gotta say sorry there. The bite comes down, it's not very effective, and we do have the Wish coming true, so the Grumble is healed up here, but like, as you can see, this is just not clean. This is all over the place. The Bulldoze does connect, and it's going to be a nice 2-shot here as Absolute is getting completely bamboozled, and now the fight is changing. Beautiful stuff here, and the Frogadier comes down, takes a little chip off the top from the rocks, waiting for him, and the Water Pulse, it is stab. It's not super effective, but that does some good damage, and of course, the confusion comes down, and Gramble cannot see through the lies, and it hurts himself or herself in confusion as the team is all females. And the regret, the shame, the mistakes as I send out my prize to Shalor, my prize to Dene, and it's going to tank the stab Water Pulse off the top. It lands at 47 HP, which is plenty. That is absolute plenty, and we have a stab electric type move. We go for the Volt Switch, and the Water Pulse comes down, and of course, it is a fadeaway critical, and we lose the cute, the chubby little baby Raichu, if you will. And the entire reason I wanted to play this game was so I could use a Dedenne for the first time, as its first encounter is so rare. You're not usually going to get it on a vanilla run, and I am broken. I'm gone. You can't even see me, and we just sent out our starter Kalos, and I have to go on. The run does not end just because my favorite Pokemon in it is gone, but man, this is a low blow. This took the wind out of the sails, and look at the Frogadier. He doesn't even care. He's like, bro, you come to me with a cute little mouse, and I just kill you. It's all I do as the Water Pulses and the Quick Attacks continue to rain down. The confusion's adding up, man. And this is just brutal. We can't even put down the ace, and I am gone. The Bulldoze comes down. We need one more. The Frogadier's speed falls, and we finally fade away with a neutral strength. Good God. Let's end this video on a very sad note and just come in with just so much more gusto in the next video. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.